Hiya, welcome to another day of Red January Yoga with me. We're over halfway, well done guys. And tonight I thought I'd share with you some of the bits and bobs we're doing in class this week. So we're going to do some pelvic tilts into some bridges. So you'll need a prop. I've got a block here, or you could use a book as long as it's not too heavy, or a cushion. So we're coming all the way down to our backs then. Knees bent, feet flat to the floor. Feet about hip distance apart. I'm just going to shift down a bit. And then we're going to bring that block and we're going to pop it in between our thighs on whichever width works for you. Bring those feet a little bit closer to your bum there, arms down by our sides. And first of all, we're just going to notice the natural curvature of our spine, our neutral spine against the floor. So you might notice that your hips are grounded into the floor, the back of your pelvis, and your shoulders and upper back are obviously in contact with the floor. And then there might be a little bit that's either curved away from the floor or less in contact with the floor around your lower back part. You might even be able to get fingers underneath there. So first thing first, we're just going to practice flattening our back against the floor. So we're going to inhale first. Exhale, squeeze into your tummy, draw that navel towards the spine and just flatten that lower back against the floor as well. So you're in contact all the way up the spine from your pelvis all the way to your shoulders. And then inhale, release away. If you don't get the breathing straight away because it seems a bit counterintuitive, don't panic too much. Inhale first. Exhale, squeeze that navel towards your spine, flatten that back against the floor. And then release away. Good. Carry on like that. If you just want to do some low level stuff, just carry on like that. Or you can come up to the next stage, so inhaling first. Exhale, squeeze into your tummy, flatten that back and just lift your hips a couple of inches off the floor. And then round it back down, back to your neutral spine. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze into your tummy, flatten that back, lift your hips off the floor. And then round back down. So we're going to carry on like that, just in time to your own breath. Squeezing and lifting those hips. And what we're trying to do with the spine is really roll it onto the floor. So it's your bum lifts, you're peeling your back away. And as it goes back down, it's rounding down onto the floor and your bum's the last thing to go down. So we're getting a bit of a massage into our spine at the same time. So each time you lift those hips, we're going to be lifting them a tiny bit higher. We're just working into this nice and slowly, flattening that back, raising those hips. You don't have to go as high as I'm going, whatever works for you today, for your spine, for your core. Making sure squeezing into your tummy. And as we're getting higher, we're then squeezing into this block and squeezing into our bum as well. So we're really engaging all of those core muscles. Carry on at your own pace with your own breathing. Squeezing into that core. So the core isn't just our tummy muscles here, it's also our back. It's also our hips and into our thighs as well. It's that real sort of cylinder around this section, the centre to all movement. Rounding back down. You might be starting to feel it into your thighs and your hips. So on the next one, we're going to roll all the way up and then just pause at the point that you're most comfortable. You don't have to raise your hips really high, just as high as you're comfortable with. We're going to pause there for 2 breaths. Think about squeezing into that block. Think about squeezing into your bum and remembering to squeeze into your tummy as well. And then we're going to round all the way back down to the floor. Good. One more like that. Inhale first. Exhale, squeeze into your tummy. Raise that bum. Squeeze into that block, into your bum. Good. 2 breaths here. Remembering to squeeze all the time, so we're really engaged in that core. Rolling the spine back down, all the way down. Well done. So either continue like that, or on the next one, there's an option. Inhale first. Exhale, squeeze into your tummy. Raise those hips as high as they're comfortable to go. If you want to here, you can bring your hands round and underneath, interlace them under your bum. Maybe shuffle your shoulders a little bit to draw those shoulder blades towards each other, which will just stretch into your chest a bit more. And you might be able to raise the hips as you push your hands and your arms into the floor. Quite a strong stretch, so if you're not comfortable, you don't need to do this extra option. Good. One more breath. Squeezing into that block, into your core. Good. And then releasing those hands away without them pinging, rolling all the way back down. Bum's the last thing that goes down, and we're going to do one more like that. Squeezing into that tummy then, lifting those hips as high as they'll comfortably go. If you want to, you can bring those hands underneath, interlace those fingers, shufter your shoulders, draw those shoulder blades together, lifting your hips. As I say, you don't have to be as high as this. Also, don't turn your head like I've just done. Be careful with your neck. Good, we're going to do a couple of breaths here. Squeeze into that block, into your bum. I'm squeezing, you can tell because my voice goes a bit funny. Good, lovely. Lovely, release those hands away then. Roll down through the spine. Bum's the last thing to go down. Remove that block. Bring those knees in towards your chest. Hug them in. Maybe you want to circle them around. Give your lower back a massage against the floor. Remember to go both directions. Or sometimes it feels quite nice as well to just take your feet back down but mat width apart and just windscreen wiper these knees backwards and forwards. Just releasing into the thighs, into the hips, into that core. Good. And it might feel quite good too to have a full body stretch here. Good. Well done, guys. Enjoy.